Hello guys, this is year 8 and I'm here to talk about Aids to Trade. First of all, what is Aids to Trade? Aids to Trade are those activities that help and support your business to become more successful. And first of all, what are your business? Obviously, they are trading. So we have 7 examples of Aids to Trade, which are communication, transportation, advertisement, banking, we have warehousing, we have tourism, we have um insurance, we have and advertising. Let me go over them again. We have communication, transportation, we have insurance, we have banking, we have advertisement, we have warehousing, and we have tourism. Those are the 7 examples of aids to trade. So first of all, let's look at how these things help us. First of all, we'll talk about transportation. First, for transportation, we have so many ways to transport our goods and services, which are through by air, land, and water. So you have to choose the one that is most better for your um, trading. For example, we have water, which are ships and cargoes, which carry containers to one place to another. Then for airplanes, they don't need heavy weight. They only need something like breakable things like fruits, all these glasses and antiques, And then for land, they are not really important. We have to it's from the village they use it to import to the cities. For example, from they have from Benue these hard
Yam,
yam
tomatoes,
yam tomatoes we import them to Abuja for here to
leaf.
people to buy from farms. If it's raw materials and fresh crops, so you don't want them to spoil. Then for communication, how will you know who you're communicating with without communication? You have to know who you're buying from, who the person is, if that person has good records in your selling business, you are not scamming you. You have to notice all those, communicate, have deep connection with the person, and then you guys can make business trading and services. Therefore, banking is very important because without a bank, what are businessmen? Because businessmen they need money, and who else will give them money aside bank? They give loans, and there's something we call collaterals. Collaterals are those things that bank that if you don't bank if they do not feel that you can pay the money that you could just keep. For example, you have a car, a house, like land. If you do not pay the money, the bank can now sell your land, car, or all those stuff. You can borrow huge loans and pay it back.
What of shares?
And then for shares,
Besides
you
shares,
can share your shares from them. Bank will cover you up with the loan. And so yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is insurance. How does insurance help you in your company? As a businessman, I advise you go to an insurance company, register with them because if any risks happen, they'll be able to compensate you. For example, you have a company of 16 billion and then let's say fire, flooding, theft, someone stole it, when you will have a heart attack and everything loses, everything you built from the start, only you lose everything and you have heart attack and you die. So it's better you do an insurance company. For example, your company overall is worth 16 billion and then the insurance company is able to pay you 14 billion. Isn't that good enough? Because in Nigeria you can lose everything. Your friends will just give you 100,000, 500,000, but nobody can give you 1 billion to compensate for your loss and everything, and you have heart attack and you die. That's why you need some insurance company. Then for advertising is very good because how will people know your business? Can't you see? That's why we have ads on YouTube. For example, we have Colgate. Colgate is a kind of toothpaste that we use. People advertise them. We have Wow, all these soap. People advertise it on TV, radio. So we even have magazines, newspaper, and we can also use word of mouth. And then for warehousing is very good. If, for example, you are a businessman, right? And then you have an industry. So from that industry, you can be putting all your things inside the warehouse. So as the thing comes, it will not
There's
be
no
scarce, it
scarcity.
will not be
Yes.
scarcity. And then another thing you should do, you should stop, don't do hoarding, because hoarding is, for example, hoarding means when you have it, it's very scarce, and your son is 15 naira and you raise the price to 300 naira, which is very, very bad for a businessman. And people might just, stop buying for you. You become, everything will just crash. That's why you should not do hoarding. You should sell it at the original price so everybody can be happy. And then for tourism, which is my favorite one, is that for tourism, as you are going to travel. Like for me, I've traveled to Canada during this holiday. So as you are going, you are paying visa, and which federal government are collecting money, which is good for them. As you are going to your hotel anywhere around the world, the hotel management are collecting money from you. As you are going to a restaurant to eat, the manager is collecting money from you. And you are going back to flying any airport, anything, the airport management will be taking money away from you, and that's how them they will use all your students, sorry, all your kids, where you go to buy hand and bags, shoes, school supplies, in summary, in everything. They'll go and collect money and they'll be enjoying, and you get what they did. You get the goods and services they did for you, which you will enjoy it, and then those people you paid the money will also enjoy it. That's how our business grows. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like and comment. Thank you.